Do you find yourself asking, what's the kind of business that I should start? What should I be doing? And I'm sure that you're asking yourself that because you ask me every day. You hit me on every platform. Hey, Mark, what's the best kind of business to buy? What's the best kind of business to start? What business should I be looking at? What kind should I be looking for? And if that's you, good. That means you're in the right place at the right time and you're actually asking some of the right questions. You know, I'm a business broker and every day I get phone calls or emails saying, hey, Mark, guess what? I want to buy, you guessed it, a dry cleaners or a laundromat. Everybody wants to buy a laundromat. The reason they want to buy a laundromat is because one of the most successful rock star business deal-making people out here in the information space is Cody Sanchez. And she tells her story about how her first business was a laundromat. So people contact me and they say, Mark, I'm looking for a laundromat. As soon as you find one, let me know. I'll look at all that you've got because I'm ready to make a deal on a laundromat. And when I do further questioning, I say, well, what is it about a laundromat that really gets your juices flowing? Why do you want to buy a laundromat? And ultimately, they don't know. You know, 1 out of 100 knows. And when I say 1 out of 100, yes, we do get that many inquiries looking for laundromats. Well, here's the first thing I want to share with you. You really don't want to be out looking for laundromats right now if you've never owned one. Now, if you own a string of laundromats and you want to add another one, man, help yourself, go get all that are available. But right now, you can't be out there looking for laundromats because the market is artificially inflated. There's this little known thing known as the World Wide Web that has got everybody under the sun looking to buy laundromats. And if you go out and shop for a laundromat while the demand is high, guess what else is going to be high? Ding, 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 ding. You guessed it, the price is going to be high because everybody's looking for one. Doesn't mean a laundromat's a bad business. Next thing you need to find out is the laundromat good business for me? Am I good at fixing things? Am I mechanically inclined? Do I have enough bankroll to replace broken equipment? Can I afford to hire somebody to run this thing? Am I willing to go and work in my own laundromat all day? If your answer is no to even a couple of those questions, then it's probably not the right business for you. So Mark, what kind of business should I be buying? Well, you're probably gonna be crazy about this answer, but it won't give you as much clarity as you hope. Whatever kind of business you wanna buy, that's what kind of business you should buy. This is not something that needs to come from someone else. You know, when Michelangelo chiseled out David out of a rock, right, or painted the Sistine Chapel, he didn't ask somebody, hey, what do you think this should look like? What was in him? He played the music that he was born with. And so, you know, the great John Denver was being interviewed about some of his music. And the interviewer, she said, does it ever surprise you that something as beautiful as your song, Rocky Mountain High, came from you? And he said, let me stop you right there. My music does not come from me. My music comes through me. The business that you're supposed to be in will come to you. You'll know because it will align with what your skills are. It will align with what your network is. It will align with what your energy level is and your resource level is to make that business successful. If you find yourself marching into a business and none of those things align, you need to turn around and don't march out, but run out. So that's my answer to the laundromat. So what kind of businesses are the best kind of businesses to avoid? Well, if you don't have a lot of money, then capital intensive businesses are businesses you should stay away from. If you got $150 to your name, you should not be saying, hey, Mark, I'm looking to buy or start a car lot. You don't want to own a car lot if you don't have any money because you got to buy inventory. You got to fix stuff. You got to fix the stuff that you sold that's broke that comes back to you. You got to pay employees. You got to pay salespeople, and they always want top dollar. And then after you give them top dollar, they want this other thing. Oh, the other thing? It's called more. And so if you don't have that kind of a bankroll, then that's not the right business for you. What I would recommend is that you brainstorm and journal and spend some time thinking about the types of businesses that align with what your gifts are. If you are really good at solving problems and really good at teaching hard concepts to others, well then maybe you could start or buy a business that's in the tutoring or educational space. If you are really great at being physically fit, or you are the best at this sport or that sport, maybe you could start a business in the personal training realm or buy a gym that you can develop into a chain of gyms. But what you do should align with who you are, and it should make the parts of you happy that need to be exercised in order for you to enjoy being made the way that you were made. You know, the first business that I ever started was a carpet cleaning business. And I started the carpet cleaning business because I happened to have a $1,000 credit line at a maintenance supply company, and I was really good at cleaning carpets, and I liked it. So I went and took the classes, and the guy taught me how to clean carpets and how to get the fabrics clean and all that. And so I ran out there, and I started knocking on doors and meeting with realtors and getting business and handing out flyers. And before I knew it, I had all the business that I knew what to do with. And we were newlyweds at the time. It worked out beautifully. We were making money hand over fist like there was no tomorrow. And then one day, I got up and I went to plug my carpet cleaning machine in, and it just didn't work. I had 9 jobs lined up for the weekend, and I couldn't do any of them. Now, my right now brain says, well, why didn't you just go get the carpet cleaner fixed or go get another one? Well, because I didn't have get it fixed or get another one money. And so what I did in this particular case is I went to get a rental carpet cleaner from the local grocery store. So I got there and they didn't have any more. Oh my goodness, 9 jobs. What do? They're out of carpet cleaners. So I did the next best thing. I went to the local hardware store. I bought $14 worth of buckets and scrub brushes, and I went home and got all of the old towels and rags that I could possibly get. And I cleaned them the way they cleaned them in 1920. I scrubbed the affected areas and then rinsed them with cool, clean water, and then I dried them out. I dried them out by running the rolled up towels over the wet spots. And in that particular case, that's all that I could do. But I gotta tell you, in that situation, I was in a business that I didn't have quite enough capital for, but I was able to make up for it with creativity. So if you are looking at a business that you want to be in and you don't have enough capital for it, just make sure that you heavy up on the creativity. And when you're using that creativity, you can make anything happen for yourself that you couldn't make happen with money. My mother used to have a saying. She used to say, Mark, let me tell you, please and thank you never hurt anybody, and good manners will take you where money won't. Well, the same is true with creativity. When you don't have enough money, you have to just take a moment, take a beat, and think about it and use that creativity. But line your creativity up with the type of business that you want to be in. Because here's the reality. You know, there's an old proverb from the Bible, and it says, in all labor, there is profit. So if you know what your business is, get to work on it. Get moving on your business, because in everything that you do that is work, there will be profit. But mere talk tends only to penury. What that means is, if you're going to talk about it and not be about it, you will find yourself in a status of brokenness. But ultimately, whatever you decide to do, whatever business you decide to be in, do this one thing. A little note from one of my sleeping mentors by the name of Mr. Ben Franklin of Poor Richard's Almanac, and it's this: learn what you need to learn. Get the books off the referred books list. Empty your purse into your mind, and your mind will fill your purse with gold. Empty your purse into your mind, and your mind will fill with gold. If you want to know what the best kind of business you should be buying is, ask yourself, trust your answer, and then get busy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the closing table.